It's not easy being a teenager at times, especially in a big school.
Most people want to get good grades, want to get good jobs, and it's like really, it's just becoming a little bit more of a struggle, and it's really, really hard.
And many of the youngsters here at Walker Technology College start at a disadvantage.
15 seconds to create your puppy.
If you look statistically at the government statistics, what they would call indices of multiple deprivation, Walker is in the top 5% nationally. Many of our youngsters would come from what we would describe as dysfunctional families, single-parent families, and those families might be no less passionate about their youngsters, but they're less informed and less well-equipped to deal with the challenges of the modern age.
Who do you think's got the best puppy? Why, Katie? Tell me why you think Caitlin's got the best puppy.
The staff here are totally committed, not only to teaching, but also to supporting the students pastorally. But sometimes they just don't have the time. And that is where school pastors come in.
Hi, how's that going?
Good.
Keep smiling. Take it easy now. Safe journey home.
We're school pastors and we're here to be part of the school community in a unique way. We're not the teachers, we're not students' tutors, and we're not their parents, although some of us are parents. We're here to spend time with the pupils, to listen to them, to care for them, and above all to help where we can.
So how does that work? Currently, school pastors like Viv come in on Friday lunchtimes and just sit down with the youngsters. They listen and they chat.
I can't imagine you causing trouble at all.
And all sorts of topics crop up.
School, football, how bad Arsenal are, A-levels, a lot really, a lot.
I like to have a laugh, so having a joke and sort of mucking about with them rather than just sort of being down the line, so that it's not just me trying to get the right answers out of them or make them sort of into model citizens, but actually just them to be real with me.
They're the easiest people you can talk to if you can't speak to your tutors or your teacher or your parent. They're like a comfort if they're scared to talk to somebody. And it's like if they're getting bullied, it's like they've got another parent there.
We build relationships really well with the students, and we often have very lively, fun chats which can be quite frivolous, but sometimes these conversations, as they develop, can become deeper and more serious and meaningful. And we are often privileged to find out what's really going on in some of the young people's lives, like family relationships, family breakups perhaps, or sick relatives. They can tell us about peer relationships and difficulties with bullying. This is a real area where we can make a big difference by being there long term and really sewing into those relationships that we build. We also hold a drop-in session each week where students can come and talk to us a bit more privately about the things that they want to offload. And actually this gives us a real opportunity and a privilege to hopefully sew into those relationships and make a difference long term.
But it's not just in school that you'll see the school pastors around. The end of the school day is a bit of a release for the children, let out after a day of hard work. Sometimes things can get a little out of hand. On Fridays, school pastors walk with the students on their way home.
Have a nice weekend, everybody.
And school pastors travel on the number 40 bus with the kids.
When we started last September, we got on the bus and they got the free Metro newspapers, which just used to mean that they threw them up, chucked them at each other, beat each other up with them, rolled them up, all that kind of thing. And the bus used to be like wild. Now I've been on the bus more or less every week since then, and they kind of know that we're not going to tolerate that and that they're there to get home. They can have a bit of a laugh and they can muck about and have a joke, but at the same time they know where the line is. And so the bus is now a lot quieter on a Friday, and that's been really good to see.
Vivian on the bus, we just have a general chat about what goes on and what he thinks, and I think Vivian's like very different to some other people. Of course, one being there is a school pastor, works for nothing, comes to school volunteering.
Subliminally, there'll be that effect on students of, do you know, that there are people out there that do volunteer to do things without getting paid. So there is that. They've definitely raised the profile of that. They have become a way of getting a Christian message across the college with a very small c, which I like. And they've also brought in additional resources that the youngsters are benefiting from, like the Jesus Live Roadshow that we had.
One of the Pharisees asked Jesus to come to his home for a meal, so Jesus accepted the invitation.
So I think that the effect on the young people is probably greater than they think. This will be something I would imagine they'll reflect on when they've left school and have mature and adult views on morality and all the sort of big issues, and they might sort of reflect and think, I remember that, those pastors did come into school and perhaps that's what was going on back then.
But it's not just about volunteering. School pastors are here because they believe that as Christians they can bring something very special to the life of the school.
I love talking about God. Like whether it's to kids or to someone on the bus or whoever. So I'm always going to talk about that. For other people in the team, actually, it's just being a presence here that they really enjoy. We're a Christian response to what's going on in schools, not just like a sort of happy guardian response to what's going on in schools. Yeah, we want to teach morals, but actually we want that to come out of a place of trying to articulate that to kids in a way that actually they see there's something different about who we are, that we're not just there as sort of do-gooders, but there's something that's like foundationally different about how we go about relating to them.
I really believe that God has provided for us to do this school pastor's work here in Newcastle. And so if you would like to help us, there are several ways that you can do that. You can help us by volunteering and giving up an afternoon a week, perhaps, to be part of the school pastor's team. You could help us by being a school pastor's champion in your church, someone who can explain to other people all about what we do. You can help us by financially supporting our work. Funding is always an issue for us, and it's something that we really need help with. And also, very importantly, you can pray for us. We need prayer to support this very important ministry, and so please pray for our school pastors team, for the school, for the students in the school and the whole school community. We really want this school pastors work to succeed. We want to make a difference long term, and so we want to be able to grow the work and do this work in other schools in the area too. So any way that you can help is greatly appreciated.